You are listening to ZTO Radio.
As an important part of our efforts, on Monday I'll be meeting with the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. Actually, they'll be coming to the White House, and we're talking about developing very rapidly a vaccine for the virus, to combat the virus.
Oh, wow. Here we are, guys. We're recording. We're in ZTO Radio land.
Yeah.
Driving home from the VSW post 9381.
VSW.
VSW.
Veterans of Civil Relief.
Who's got a phone call coming in?
Veterans of Syria Wars.
Syria Wars. Nobody has a phone call.
I don't know.
You got a phone call for
I ain't getting no phone call.
Nobody calls me.
This is the van's making noises. Folks, we're driving home from the latest Mississippi Bone show. Played with Bone Hawk and Dune. Dune was good. Bone Hawk was
I think Bone Hawk's my favorite
Very
band.
good. Very good.
Bone Hawk is
Mississippi Buzz was good, but Bone Hawk killed it.
Bone Hawk is Randy's new favorite band.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I don't know the speed limit through here, but this guy's on my ass.
I think we slow down to 35 sometime soon.
This guy really likes being right on our ass. That's neat.
Yeah, that's cool.
If you guys could see it, his headlights are so bright, it's shining into the back of my head and making a silhouette.
Yeah, because what could you possibly not be in a hurry for at 12:30 at night?
Yeah.
I don't know.
On a
You
Saturday.
get home and not fuck your ugly wife, you know?
Yeah, so reduce speed up here, man.
There's the 35 side.
Yeah, let's reduce it down to 35.
We're heading into the small town of Ada,
Ohio.
Home of Ohio Northern University. If you guys have heard of it, you probably paid too much to go to school there.
Yeah.
Just fucking go to these shows.
Recording?
We were all single. There would be all these whores all over. You know?
Well,
I don't really remember that, but
I mean, if you want horrors, Randy, there's probably some like right here.
right here.
Let's go.
Jesus,
We're driving.
that is not even. That doesn't
Let's
even
go there,
count as a
guys.
shirt.
We
Oh my god!
We're literally we're driving by whores.
Guys.
There's more.
No, we
there's
can't
more.
say that. That's slut shaming.
There's more.
Guys. That's slut shaming.
Oh.
I will buy all three.
But
of
it's
you
like
beer.
when a black dude says, "Oh my god, there's one skipping down the street."
Do you guys want to fucking go there, and I will buy you all beer?
I'm not drinking, Randy.
Okay, I'll buy you a fucking peppermint.
A peppermint Jill. I'm not drinking.
We'll give you guys the update. Randy's had a few shots of Jack Daniels, and now he's in
got his
he is in the I'm going to do anything right now phase.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of
up.
what I assume to be college age girls
Hey,
roaming the streets.
High school, college age after 2 o'clock.
You know what?
Why would you be meandering? What is there in Ada to meander to?
The little Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have went
Little
back
Mexico.
there, had chips and dip, and fucked
Yeah.
a girl.
Do they serve food there?
Yeah.
I think so. There's another one. She didn't even have pants on, did she?
Oh my gosh,
She just
okay.
looked like
They're
she
just
had a
walking
shirt.
around naked in Ada.
Jesus.
They're just walking around naked.
You know
in
what
Ada.
I miss?
We could abduct. I mean, we could.
You know what I miss, guys, coming up on this right here? Hardee's.
Hardee's. Yeah, that was
yeah.
I
nice.
used to work
man.
there, and we would make the Cisco Mountain
You know what?
sandwich.
That was fucking amazing,
It
dude.
was great forever, and then they changed completely.
Yeah,
So, like,
Yeah,
you remember
yeah.
when it went from, like, roast beef being their main focus to, like, burgers that were, like, called... What were they called? Like...
American Fare.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
like weird burgers. It was like,
Like,
ham and Swiss or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but then they went, like, to, like, these weird... Like, the names of their burgers were, like, increments of meat.
Oh,
like,
yeah. It's like the
fat patties or some shit. Like,
Fourth
thick
Stars
burgers.
or whatever. Yeah.
Some shit like that. Like, bullshit, basically. But, yeah, we're driving through Ada right now. We're coming up on the graveyard. I'm really hoping that we don't get pulled over because my driver's license has lapsed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You know how it is? It was last month. I forgot to fucking renew it.
How much does that cost you out here?
I don't know, dude. I'm not gonna get pulled over, hopefully.
Mine costs $12.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be
Mine costs $12.
You know, and even if it does, if I do get pulled over,
Yeah.
at least we have it on tape. You know,
Hey, when we get to the stop sign up here, you can go straight, Frank, and then I'll show you how to.
Just make sure you put your damn hands up.
Yeah, put your hands up. Put your hands up.
Well, I mean, we're no offense, but we're white.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the Ada cops are a little bit.
Gentlemen, we're 3 white guys.
Gung ho.
We're gonna live through anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean it's true.
I wish I knew the speed limit through here.
I think
I say
you're good.
65.
I think you're good to speed up to 55.
Okay.
Once you get past community
Go
market,
past
it
70.
starts speeding up. You're passing the cemetery, folks. Be quiet.
Yeah. What's the deal with that cemetery? Is there like a weird headstone there, Randy?
In that cemetery?
Yeah. Isn't there like a schoolgirl that got like she hung herself, and there's like her books and her shoes there? No, that's not true.
It's at the other one, at the one in the Simmons. Like when we go across the street here.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that one's even creepier.
The Alger Cemetery. Yeah. She haunts the other children in the. She, like, from what I get, she's a real bitch. She's a bully. She fucking haunts the other children in the graveyard.
She haunts the other dead children?
Yes. She pushes them down, calls them names.
Well, that's an asshole thing to do.
It really is.
I have a feeling that Randy's making that up. Yeah, he's doing a little improvisational humor.
A little improv, you know? And that's what we call acting.
Acting.
Oh, why hello there. Hi, Ray McGuff here, famous author, poet, comedian, auteur of stage and screen. I'm going to bring you my first review of a book. One of our associates has written a book and asked for somebody's opinion on it. Submitted it to the channel months ago, and in much of our fashion here at ZTOTV, we all drug our feet with it, and I just recently finished it, so I guess I'll do the review. The book is entitled The Resurrection of Gideon. Bringing him back. Resurrecting him. by local author from Lima, Ohio, I believe, Carrie Meyer. I hope Frank, when he's putting this together, Franklin Tinkleton, our magic wizard, who is our editor-in-chief here, will be able to drop where you're able to buy this at. I wasn't too clear on it. I believe it's available online somewhere. I hope he can drop that in the deets, if you will, on the screen. But The Resurrection of Gideon by Carrie Meyer. Let's dive into it here. I'll give you a little brief synopsis that she wrote herself here. If I can get my stupid mouse to work. There we go. Vampire Gideon Gower was a monster, ruthless, bloodthirsty, and violent. A swift and brutal death awaiting anyone who crossed his path. He existed this way for centuries, until a shocking encounter in the 1930s left him reliving heartbreaking memories of loved ones long dead, touching on a pain he hadn't allowed himself to feel for over 370 years. Fast forward, 2018. 85 years have now passed, and Gideon hasn't preyed on a single human since that night. Instead, he chooses to feed off the animals of the Everglades and hides away in a small house in Miami. But the quiet of his self-imposed isolation is shattered by an unexpected appearance of Megan, a beautiful woman from his grisly past who's determined to return him to the fiend he once was. As Megan attempts to drag him back down into the bloody temptation, Gideon must decide. With a man, he must decide if he's a man or a raging beast. These two things are pulling him in different directions at once. Does he continue to fight his instincts, or does he allow that baser, darker part to once again take over? The latter is tremendously more appealing. Eventually, Gideon finds purpose in newly forged friendships and rediscovered family. But when a gruesome murder committed by Megan during Prohibition comes back to haunt their integrity 90 years later, it's threatening to expose not only Gideon, but Megan herself. The safety of his family as well. Gideon must do everything he can to protect them, even if this means unleashing the side he's been kept caged for 8.5 decades. The question is, can he close the door on that once it's been opened? Is Gideon willing to take that chance for them? But at what cost? What cost? And the name is spelled, it looks like Megan. Maybe I'm saying Megan wrong. I mean, it's Meegan. My head works weird, so when I'm reading things that I'm not familiar with, it just pushes it into the most familiar category. So if it's Megan, I guess that's the way we'll pronounce it. That's the way it looks like it. But I wanted to do it with Megan because that's how my brain was working. I was afraid I'd screw it up. Probably did. Regardless, this whole thing seems like it's going down now. It's a downslide. So far, off to a bad start. So, right off the jump, people are going to say, Ray, what'd you think of this story? It's vampires. It's supernatural. It's right up my alley. I really liked it. My overall thoughts when reading it, this isn't really geared towards me, okay? As a specific reader, I've read so much fiction of vampire stuff over the years that it all seems to kind of blend together. For me, my favorite vampire story, next to Bram Stoker's Dracula, or Bram Stoker's Dracula, is Salem's Lot by Stephen King. Next to that is I Am Legend, which is basically a reverse vampire story. I Am Legends by Matheson. But so I'm kind of all phased out on vampire stuff. I've read so much of it that I'm like, over the years, I'm kind of like, meh. I'm not as excited as I could have been at one period in my life. As a reader, though, I could appreciate what Carrie was doing here. She's taking old tropes and trying to weave them into today's society and posing some questions about morality. If you were a beast like this, how would you survive if you wanted to still live on a moral scale? Megan, so it's, Gideon is the main character who's grappling with that. Megan, I guess Megan, we'll just say Megan, is his link to the past, pulling him back towards that, visceral center that he enjoys. The thing I like about her story is that these people clearly enjoy being these beasts, but they are certainly aware of the morality around it. And some people have just given up in her stories and just allowed the beast to take over, and some people haven't. Some people have figured a way to walk the line, like a character we meet later in the story, William. He's kind of walking the line between beast and somebody who has still a clear morality. We meet a secret character named Katrina, who I won't spoil, who's also walking that line a little more so than the person that she's related to. And then we have Tony and Tracy, who end up being like our antagonists towards the end. The story starts off a little slow for me, if I'm being completely honest. But then she does carry to something very interesting here. She's not just going to stick with the normal tropes. She flashes back. I think for me, the most interesting parts of these stories are when she does these time flashbacks. And the first one we encounter, I believe, is a medieval knight. And I don't want to spoil too much of the story, but the story really hums along when she's writing the past parts of the story. I could give a fuck about the future parts. I mean, I'll be in all honesty. Like, sure, it ties the whole thing together, but if you gave me a medieval knight story with this guy, I would eat that shit up. I would read the hell out of it. It touches on so many different things too. There's a prohibition story in here that's tied into it that ties into the next book, I believe it's called Eternal Night, that she's working on. That I think if she builds a bulk of that world in the beginning of that story, that could be something pretty cool. We also get flashes of it, 1800s London. The story really sings when she's writing in those time periods because it's interesting. There's a lot going on. She clearly has a world built out in her thought processes on this, but she just needs to flesh it out a little bit more. Give me an entire 10-chapter story about the medieval knight part, and then drop me back into the world. That's what I'm saying here. Is this thing really connects when you have because that story is so. And if you read the book yourself, you'll see that story especially is very intricate to the later why this guy is the way he is, and it was awesome. As far as some of the things I didn't like, there are some very convenient avenues that she decided to take her characters down. I think that this, like I said, the character of Katrina is a very interesting character, but I believe she's just kind of appears in the story. I feel like there should have been more around her as a character before the reveal as to who she's tied to in this main story. To me, it was very just kind of like matter of fact, oh, here's this thing. And as a reader, you want to be surprised, which I was surprised, but I wanted to be surprised and I could have connected it if there was another avenue before that. So what I mean by that is maybe she could have introduced her earlier as a side character and then connected the dots. It just felt to me it dropped in. Also, the ending of this story, while a very tight ending, it's lacking. I feel in a little climax because it's setting up the next book, and when a series does this, it always agitates me. When you're setting up a series, you got to look at the scope. For me, the Dune series is very Frank Herbert's Dune. Every single story in that series connects to each other. But every single story is self-contained in the vision that it has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the end is left with just a little sprinkling of some stuff that will lead you to the next story. I don't understand this perpetual non-ending that everybody wants to do. This story could have had a nice ending spot, and then maybe an epilogue that she tied in here too to give you a little enticement as to what was next. Another book that did this to me was Clive Barker's Magica. Magica is a tremendous story together in its two parts, but it was released as a part 1 and part 2. And if you read part 1, it's almost infuriating because it clearly sets up for the part 2. I don't like that as a reader. So overall, people are like, Ray, what did you think? What were your thoughts on this? Very well written. Kept my attention. Like I said, there are some tropes in here that I didn't quite like, but there were some things that were well done and some stuff I'd love to see. I'd look if Carrie's listening to this, and I imagine she will be. She seems to have partaken in a lot of our stuff. I imagine she'll want to listen to this review since it's her work. But if she's listening, I'd love a short story with this guy as the medieval knight in that world. That would be amazing. But overall, I would give this 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 vampire bites, little vampy kisses on the neck, and maybe 3 on the neck and a couple on the stomach, and maybe like one of the nether regions. I don't know. How do you how does your vampire get down? That's what I say when vampires approach me. How's your vampire get down? You know what I'm saying? Isn't that what kids say in the streets? But at any rate, you should seek this out. The Resurrection of Gideon. The Resurrection of Gideon. 7 out of 10. It's worth your time. Thank you very much for checking out ZTOTV. Stay tuned for all of our other content. Check us out, Podbean and Shudder. I think we're on Shudder, Frank. I don't know. We're on some stuff. Facebook us. All right, Google that shit. Thanks again. Stay tuned.
This is my baby, she's boom boom cherry. Yeah, baby, she's a young lady with the crazy in your head. Oh, yeah. Well, can you dig it? Here we go. Well, all right, baby, time to get crazy straight to my ooh, the head. Oh, baby, it's a number, pretty numbers on my life, like a cherry red. Give me love to the road, and the dirty throw it in the floor, rub it with his head. Up on the path, and the rest won't last. Fade away the monster waves, the cherry red, no other guy now player. Thank you. I'm used to a more durable mic stand.
Right. I'm not a violent person.
Me either.
Do you think I'm violent?
No, but everyone's got some fits of violence in them, right?
Right. I like to watch violence. Like MMA, I love watching two guys beat the shit out of each other and get all bloody. I like to go out to, like, you know, a restaurant and eat and watch two guys beat the shit out of each other. It's fantastic.
Eating chicken wings?
I don't like chicken wings. Anything
what
with
the fuck? How do you not like chicken wings?
Anything with a bone in it, I don't like it.
What is this thing with people like?
This is one of my quirks again.
Really? It's
I'm
food.
quirky.
Eat it. What would you do in the zombie apocalypse and when you had to kill Bambi and like fucking eat her off the neck and shit, or him or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know. I just gotta hope to find a bunch of canned goods because I'm not
in a can opener.
Oh yeah, yeah. I need to, like, stock up on can openers. Good thinking.
Like, what the fuck? I'm not even prepared.
Good thinking. Definitely need that.
Yeah, make sure it's not electric. Just good old handheld.
Touche. Good point. Yeah.
I'm saying, when
handheld.
The zombies come,
yeah.
What are you going to do?
It's going to be funny when I break out a box of can openers and be like, let's go find some canned goods. Because I'm not cooking up a squirrel. I'm not eating a deer.
So you're going to be in that crowd of people who just runs the Walmart to get everything?
I don't know. I had a plan at one time. I don't really now. I'm just going to wing it.
That's what I figure.
I figure I got the right friends to where I don't think any of us need to worry about it. We've got this.
Yeah.
We've been studying this stuff for a long time.
Watching about it. Thinking about it. Like, what's going to happen when it comes? Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I can definitely say that the zombie apocalypse has been a regular thought for me for years. So, yeah.
We talked about this once. But seriously, zombies shitting everywhere. It's the one thing goes through my head. It's like, what the fuck? Zombies are everywhere. And you see them in these movies and everything. It's like, they gotta fucking shit somewhere. They're eating brains and fucking flesh and shit. So technically, shouldn't they be pooping too?
Yes, but as I brought up, their systems aren't working because they're dead.
True.
So it wouldn't be pushing it down. It would just have to fill up and push out.
There's a word for that. I can't quite think of that.
For what?
Peristalsis. Where your guts slowly move food through you.
Nice. Yeah. Look at the big brain on you.
I took an anatomy class.
Nice.
You gotta know where to kill a zombie at, right? Bowie knife to the head.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you don't need a class for that.
If they were fast or if they were slow, that would determine what kind of weaponry you could use on the zombie.
If they're fast, like 28 days later kind of stuff, like like rage, which, like, fuck that.
Like, fuck.
Like,
I'm good enough shape to get away from
one, I'm screwed. 2, that's not fun at all. That's terrifying. Like, the other ones, I'm not saying it's fun, but you can have fun with it at least. The fast rage zombies, you cannot have fun with that.
Will Smith did it in I Am Legend. They were like vampire zombies, though.
How did he have fun with it, though? He didn't.
I figured it was probably it was just fun fucking trapping the zombies out of the parking garage.
Yeah, I think that's more terrifying if that was, like, you know, a real situation.
Yeah, true. They're fast and they're coming at you and there's no way you can fucking get away.
Yeah,
Like I said, it's what just happened. We just got predators.
At least with the slow ones, you have plenty of time to think of, like, what can we do? Because they're not running at you with some superhuman speed.
Wile E. Coyote fucking tunnel on the side of the wall. Watch them walk into it.
Exactly. Fuck with them.
Just fuck with them.
Just to see what they would do.
Run around in no shoes and be cool.
And then there's long time ago, I seen like a really cheaply made movie called The Stink of Flesh, and they chained a zombie up and he had sex with her. It was a female zombie. Kind of interesting. If I was a guy, I would definitely have a slight interest in having sex with a female zombie.
Who wouldn't?
I mean, she's thrashing around and everything. She wants to eat you, but she's chained up.
You're holding her back.
She's fighting it. And you're just getting it.
Sally dear, I'd always thought you'd know that if you ever go out on the road, that the highway is the safest place, and never go out on the back roads. People aren't always what they seem, and some are worse than you can dream. They only want to hear you scream and scream. Sally dear, I know you're not to blame, but I don't think your friends would feel the same. But please don't fret, because they're all dead. You left them behind to be tortured, and they were slaughtered one and all, with a chainsaw. And now they decorate the halls and rooms. The family up and up a butcher's shoulder, the true face of horror. And one by one they carved up all the friends. They left them on a meal, bleeding, dangling helplessly and screaming as they peel their faces away. Hey! Sally dear, run if you like. You might even make it through the night, but things like this will mess you up for life. There's no way to escape the horror. It will haunt you in your dreams, forever tortured by the screams that will burn inside your head, your head. A family up and up a butcher's shoulder, the true face of horror. And one by one they carved up all the friends. They left them on a meal, bleeding, dangling helplessly and screaming as they peeled their faces away. Hey! As they peeled their faces away. Hey! As they peeled their faces away.
Yeah, we kind of learned that one today, so there it is.
All right, we're going to take another call. Frank, they're beeping. They're beeping. We
Oh,
got
my
Diamond
God.
Dave on here. They're ready for him.
This high-tech phone system.
Yeah,
is
it's insane. So here we go. Let's call. You're on the air.
Yeah, am I on?
Absolutely, you dumb bastard.
I hate being on hold.
Oh,
What do you think? I ain't got better things to do all day than sit on this fucking phone?
Sounds like you're sitting on the toilet.
But anyways, I'm glad to be on, finally. You guys got your phones sorted out?
Is this Alf?
We can call in. That's great.
Willie.
Josh, you're a scumbag.
Oh, thanks a lot.
You're a cocksucker.
Hey.
Oh, hey.
Diamond Dave, I can't believe it. Karaoke king of the fucking world.
Oh, my God. He is.
Well, it's all part of drunken entertainment. You know, the drunker you get, the
I have
better.
this bitch of a wife, you know?
Oh, my God.
Christ, don't tell me I have more
I'm
support.
sorry. Am I allowed to say that on your air?
Yeah, you're loud. You can say anything you want.
Anyways, we had this wedding in a church. I fucking hate a church. I can't stand it.
Jesus.
But every time I hear this song, it reminds me of that.
What
Diamond Dave, please give me the honor.
The honor will
And sing White Wedding.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God, I love that
Who
song.
sings that?
Let's go.
I remember the wife.
I might have to make up my own lyrics for that because I'm not sure how that even goes.
Okay, thanks. Hey guys, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
What on
Appreciate
earth
it.
are the
Yeah.
chances of you having
I don't know, but I'll look
Village
through my
People
songs
and
here. Looking through, okay.
Billy Idol on there?
W's, W. Hey, yep, here it is. Here it is.
You're in
Diamond
W's.
Dave, let's do
Wow.
it. Give it to me, Dave. Here we go, ZTOTV. This is Diamond Dave coming at your White Wedding. Wow. Oh, yeah.
Hey, herpy blister right here on my tongue.
Oh, my God, Dave. Is this the lyrics?
Hey, herpy blister, where did you come from?
Oh, my God. Probably so.
I used that ointment for so long.
So long.
I used that ointment for so long.
So long.
I used that ointment for so long. It's a herpy blister right here on my tongue.
Oh, God. I'm blowing something up here.
But it's a nice day for a white wedding.
Wow, yeah.
Wow! It's a nice day to start again.
All right, Christ, we better scare the fucking neighbors out of here.
I told you I didn't know all of that. I knew the white wedding part, but the rest of it, I just got to improvise.
I think
you know what I'm
just
saying?
changed the story on it
Yeah, I
because
don't
now
remember-
he's still going to go through with the wedding, even though
Oh, I
he's
thought
got
he was
the-
doing his divorce. Did he say that bitch
Oh.
have a wife of his?
Hey, maybe.
In the church
Well,
and all that story?
yeah, I
you
guess.
know? I mean,
Well.
hey, she's your bitch, right?
That was. You are the karaoke king, ladies and gentlemen.
No
'cause
doubt about it.
I don't remember those lyrics as the real lyrics.
Maybe that
but
was like
they
the
were.
original.
Well, you know, I take a little bit of what's happening in today's world. I don't know if you noticed this festering sore
Oh
here
my
I got,
God,
but yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I just thought a crocodile bit you on the lip or something.
Well, you know, it happens out in the outback.
You got to quit tonguing it. It's just going to get worse.
If we fuck this up, you get to punch us all in the testicles.
I don't have them. Put away.
You're out there picking daisies.
I'd sit down, man. These little ass kids aren't hitting the ball out in the outfield that often. You stand up there, you fucking read your Bazooka Joe rappers. You take a sit down, your coach yells at you for sitting down. You stand up, you kick the dirt around, whatever. You go sit down again and wait to hit the ball. That was the thing. Did you play Little League or anything?
Yeah, I played T-ball and I think Little League. I forget part of it,
but the fun part was hitting the ball.
Yeah, that was the best part about playing.
I didn't even want to run. I would have rather had somebody run for me.
The fun part for me, anyways, was being the winner.
Oh,
was being a winner. Was being team captain and all around savior of the team. That was
everybody looked up to you.
Everybody looked at me. I was the Cal Ripken of T-ball.
The Cal Ripken.
That's right. Cal
a lot of those last minute finishes you pulled through.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's not my fault they wanted to hoist me up on their shoulders every game. I don't know.
Get the Gatorade jug out.
Number one.
We're gonna get him with the Gatorade.
Yeah. So
I couldn't even imagine that.
Oh, I was a sports guy.
Obviously.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are aware, but I played basketball. But the problem with my basketball playing though was that every time, I had white deficiency, but I also turned into a werewolf, so I got really good. And it was weird. Every time I played basketball, I turned into a werewolf.
I think what your real downfall was, you used to have a problem playing basketball because you would wear your socks too damn high.
Yeah.
You insisted on wearing your socks that high. I was like,
how high?
Well, all the way up past the knee.
Past the knee.
Past the knee.
Did you have like something down in there, like so you could shank somebody when you're on the post or something?
I just liked the way it felt.
He liked the support. He said he liked the way it constricted against his leg and just gave him a nice feeling.
Yeah.
But he was doing that, and I said, Randy, it's the '90s, buddy. We're all wearing anklets.
I switched it up to anklets.
Really? Changed his life.
Yeah.
Changed your life.
It did. Less sock.
Right. And I said, if you shave your legs...
Equals better life.
Better life.
Yeah, less sock equals better life.
And I said, if you shave your legs, then you are also faster.
Right.
You get the fast breaks.
It was hard. It was
so
easy.
We shaved each other's legs that one day.
Yeah, that one day. That was weird.
That was fun.
God.
why. Why are drugs so hard to find? Find it hard to make up my mind. Walking on nails to pass the time. Lost all sense, but I got a dime. If you don't put your money where your mouth is, you better walk on home. It's gonna be all downhill. If we don't learn to accept the atmosphere, it's gonna be all downhill. If we don't learn to accept this atmosphere.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do some weird shit tonight.
Okay, let me explain this.
Go for it.
I do a podcast with Randy, and it's called the Strange Findings Podcast. What we do is we bring real-life weird stories to your ears, and we talk about them. And what Randy does with JT Farva is true stories we just made up.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Fuck, man, it's a long day, dude. It's
True stories we just made up. Stories that we lie about.
Yeah, they could be true. They might not be true.
Most likely
they're
totally not true.
But we're basically just giving you a bunch of fake news right now. I'm going to start it off. Are we recording? Are we recording?
Are we recording? All right.
I don't know about
Ladies and gentlemen from the audience, you may be asked to participate at some point.
Or just look at my penis and just say it looks
Well,
like
I mean, you can always eyeball our penises.
never
as an
look at
option.
his penis. It looks like not be Tyler.
He tricked me.
All right, here we go.
Tricked me.
So this is true strange findings we just made up.
This may or may not be news. I don't know.
We'll see what happens.
It's kind of news.
Anyways, this is my first topic of the night. Couple says they see Jesus in sonogram looking at baby. How about that?
Wow. Was it really Jesus?
Well, this
kind of met him. He didn't look like him at all. He has like better apps.
This sonogram photo was an answer to their prayers. A couple of Chambersburg, Pennsylvania, couldn't believe their eyes when they looked at an ultrasound photo taken shortly after the birth of their daughter, Briella. On the left-hand side, the photo was an image that was staring right into the girl's face. Briella's mother, Alicia Zeke, immediately recognized the figure. When they gave it to us, to me it's Jesus, is what she said. And it looks like Jesus, she told a local radio station. The father, Zach Smith, was also amazed. This is distinct. I mean, there's another face looking at my daughter. The couple said they aren't religious, but that the image gave them a sense of comfort, especially since their other two kids were born with birth defects. Their daughter was born with 2 thumbs on one hand. Their son had a cleft lip and a palate.
Jesus Christ,
Turns
this is
out-
a sad story I've ever heard.
Yeah, I know. It's not a good way to start a live show.
Oh, I know, man. Like, I'm crying a little bit.
Their kids were sick. Like, basically, they're fucked up.
But their last kid looked like Jesus Christ.
Well, let me
Better
ask,
abs.
Frank, I got to ask you: is this Jesus the European traditional Jesus, or is this, real Jesus? I mean,
what makes you feel safe?
Oh boy, I like to combine my Jesuses when I think about it. I like to think, I like a sports Jesus, really.
I do. I like him.
I like to think of Jesus that looks like Michael
He has a tight
Jordan from
pooper.
1992.
Yeah, like with the pump.
Yeah.
The pump.
Like Jesus goes.
Like he just worked out yesterday.
Like done.
Or like 15 minutes before we started having sex. That's what I like to look at. Like,
in that direction. Very
like if he
strange.
said, I'm Jesus, let's fuck. I'm like,
That's a terrible story, Frank.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it turns out that they had a good reason to have faith. The station reports that Briella was born happy and healthy. A celebration was arranged by a local church to help the family welcome the newest edition, and you better believe there was plenty of ice-cold, satisfying, and thirst-quenching Coca-Cola Classic on hand.
Yeah!
Coca-Cola Classic, crisp. Let me tell you about Coca-Cola Classic here. It's crisp. Oh, wait, hold on.
Well, that's
Not the correct bottle, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, crisp and delicious Coca-Cola Classic.
That's only
on
240
hand.
calories.
That's what the
everybody.
family had
It's
on
only
hand
240 calories.
to soothe their pains and emotional discomforts.
Why are we shilling
Coca-Cola Classic? Choice of the new generation.
Yeah.
You could say.
You could say it also
You could
eats
say that.
battery.
Also,
gases.
say, let's go on to my next topic, Randy. 800-year-old coffin breaks open after some genius tries to put a kid inside of it. Can you believe that? There was an 800-year-old coffin that they put a child inside of to take a photo.
What I'd like to see happen in an 800-year-old coffin is some sex.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly.
That's a weird thing to
Like,
say.
if I was
saying,
to
like,
see in her,
I'd like to go to a museum and then have sex in an 800-year-old coffin.
I don't think we can do it. I don't think I can get it up.
Yeesh. We're dipping into weird territory here.
I don't think I can get it up. That's like,
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I think it's historically.
You know, I just want to say, to be clear, the coffin has always been in 3 pieces. That's exactly what Michael's.
You know, the funny thing about that is my penis is in 3 pieces.
Oh my God! We're still talking about his penis, and I don't like it.
Get ready. This is how it goes.
It's the
anyways,
only jokes I know. So.
basically what happened was there was a group of people that put a kid inside of a coffin to take a photo. The thing fell apart. It's terrible for history, but historians across the globe are up in arms with the desecration of historical antiquity.
Desecration.
Desecration. Listen, they're fucking up history.
It's English.
They are fucking up history, and we are all very disappointed in hearing this incident. But we think in times like this, we need to sit back, reflect on what we have, enjoy the classic refreshment of a tall glass of Coca-Cola. Let me tell you, I personally enjoy Diet Coke. And
is that the one with less calories?
Well, it's got half the calories, all the same great taste. Let me tell you what. Wait, wrong bottle.
That's not it.
Coca-Cola, Diet Coke.
We totally have a sponsor.
It tastes just the same. It's like almost.
Coca-Cola.
It's basically medicine. Is what I'm saying.
If I was going to hurt somebody, I would definitely drink it.
Coca-Cola, when you've destroyed history, but you're thirsty as fuck.
When you're thinking about
But here's my last topic. I'm gonna get off the horn here after my last topic.
Last topic.
A woman suing Chick-fil-A claims a rodent was baked into her bun. A rodent was baked into her bun.
That sounds like street lingo.
Yeah.
I don't think that happened. Actually.
Oh, it did.
I got a rodent.
I'm going to defend the restaurant.
I have it in print, sir.
I don't care. I'm going to defend the
woman is
restaurant.
cheesed off after finding what she claims was a rodent baked into her bun at a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Ellen let's say that word.
Ellen Mantooth.
Where the fuck are we at on this?
Right here. What's that word?
Ellen Manfalante?
Manferrati. Of North
Manfredo.
Hampton.
She admitted to Lamborghini.
She is suing Chick-fil-A for $50,000 for extreme nausea that she suffered after she discovered extra protein in her
I think that's full of shit, Randy.
She should sue them anyways because they're awful. But go on.
Ray, I feel like that's a horrible thing because I've eaten at least 40,000 White Castle burgers.
Dude,
and I'm
they're
pretty
delicious.
sure
Let's be honest.
They are 100%.
They look gray as fuck.
I'm pretty
it's
sure
not supposed to be gray.
It's great.
There's like 5 holes in it. You don't know what's happening mostly.
It fills you up.
It just feels like
I could go for one of those right now.
Yeah.
I kind of could too. Put some cheese on it.
Little meat to fill you up.
Jalapeno cheese.
Basically,
God, how long is your story? It's like a novel.
Well, okay. Let me give you one last piece here.
You're like hanging out with a college student.
From the lawyer.
Listen, and I read
from
this
the lawyer. Hey, listen. This is from the lawyer.
No, poet laureate.
It's from a lawyer, and it says, "My client stands by Sprite and all the fantastic Coca-Cola products. Whatever makes statements to the contrary, and there was no. I mean, it was totally clear. It was in the bun. It wasn't in the drink. So, I mean, if we're talking about a delicious drink, let me tell you about our newest sponsors.
I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest with you because Sprite is refreshing and it tastes like
it's
I had sex
delicious.
with a lime.
Like I said, basically,
like if I can have
medicine.
sex with
if
a
you
lime,
drink any of these products, Coca-Cola Classic, Diet Coca-Cola,
It says it's made from
if I can put my penis in one Coke bottle,
it's all Coca-Cola Classic. So
it would definitely be a Sprite.
On to Ray. What do you got this week?
Oh well, let's see here. That's from the fucking old timey deal thing.
Yeah. He makes that sound with his mouth.
Churchill, right?
Yeah.
Hot off the presses.
Cool.
Baltimore, Maryland. You guys familiar with Baltimore?
Is it still in Ohio? Is it still in Ohio?
No, it's not in Ohio.
There's an Ohio Baltimore.
Oh, is there? Great story. Let me fucking finish one.
Just let's get this fucking over with for crying out loud.
Yeah. Headline reads: Titanic fatberg found in the sewers. Titanic fatberg. Yeah, it's a fatberg. Let me tell you about it. It's congealed waste. That's right. The city of Baltimore, Maryland has a sewer problem, ladies and gentlemen. Weighing in at 5 tons. A gigantic ball of shit, piss, condoms, feminine hygiene products, and rotting debris have made what's known as a fatburger clog in the sewers of Baltimore, Maryland.
I don't even know what to say about that.
I say it sounds
I don't
delightful.
flush my condoms. And I don't wear them.
I always flush my condoms because I don't want the lady to take my semen and impregnate herself, and then I'm fucking out millions of dollars.
I kind of want like CSI to show up and all my semen to be everywhere.
So I flush them away so nobody gets that sweet, sweet money juice.
Oh my god.
That's fucking great.
But anyways, back to the story. The debris has been really causing the city problems. They've called in a plumber and his brother Mario and Luigi, and they're going to take care of it. Seems like things are going to work out.
I feel like it's going to work out.
All right.
That's crazy, man.
Well, anything to say about that?
I do. I actually, this is headlines, actually, by the way.
It is
I heard.
What headlines is this coming up in?
First of all,
like weird
shit
shit
made up, and it's just weird. I'm just going to say something weird.
I want to say.
I read the other day.
I don't want to
that being
post
breastfed.
anything.
We're losing the crowd.
I know. I don't care about the crowd. I read the other day that being breastfed was better than being bottle fed.
Just drink it back.
And it was just, I kind of feel weird at 38 that I'm still trying to breastfeed and women just freak out.
Well,
no, listen. But I read the article. Later, and then I said, "Oh, you should have been a baby," but I can't read so well.
All right, on to the next one. Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Have you guys heard of Oklahoma?
Is that a thing?
Remember when we drove across country, Farva, and we went to Oklahoma?
We did a lot of great things.
And let me tell you, our car broke down outside Oklahoma. We were almost raped.
By who?
By Farva. He's fucking a maniac.
I get lonely.
Hold on. Let's reconstruct this story. You guys stopped and he tried to fuck you.
I get
Is that what happened?
You don't want to see me in county prison.
It was,
By the way,
it was weird. But anyways, back to the story.
Have you tried the delicious taste of the next generation?
Is that a Coca-Cola classic?
Oh, it smells delicious.
It's almost like, can you hear that?
I can hear it.
It's like bubbles.
It's breathing. It smells like something that might eat the rust off of a car battery. It's delicious.
That's the cola.
All right, here we go. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Baby left on the side of the highway in a car. Kicker had $1,000 cash. Just chilling.
Are you upset about this because you left your money behind?
I'm not upset. I just want to say one thing, and I want parents out there maybe get on board with this. How awful does your kid have to be to where you go to the bank, you pull out $1,000, and you just drive to the side of a highway and you go, "Hey, best of luck."
I don't think you should talk about my mom like that. I gotta be honest with you, I don't think you should talk about my mom like that.
I think you should talk to your mom about that.
And it really hurts that you guys brought that up.
That's a weird thing.
It was
man.
one time.
It says that the parents are still at large. The child seems happy. He's in custody right now. But yeah, just I think as a parent you should have the right to go, you know what? No. No.
You should also have the right to say milk. I don't think so.
I think you have the right to be like, I didn't want to fuck you. I'm very sorry.
For my child, I believe I'll put this in their bottle
that
and
you can have this baby for me.
They will be fine.
All right, that's a delightful story.
Yeah. I'm gonna push the soda all the way
Ladies and
through
gentlemen,
this thing.
I do. I have another story, by the way.
Well, hold the fuck on. This is what we do. We go.
This table is fine.
We've been friends forever.
I'm like at the burden of this table. I keep leaning back and forth.
We will fight till the death.
God, you get your
get your shit under control. You sound like a dragon.
I don't feel like a dragon.
Oh my God, you're terrifying.
Here's my final topic, for Christ's sakes. Here we go.
Look at this.
This just in. Germany. You guys familiar with Germany?
Still doing things, huh?
Germany, big things over there. In Germany, they will arrest you, according to this gentleman, for being drunk at the polls, voting polls. A German fellow went out, tied a few on, went to the voting booths, voted, was arrested coming out of the voting booth.
He didn't vote for the right white guy.
They said that his intoxicated state made other voters become uncomfortable. To which our president, Donald Trump, said,
"Well, that's how everybody."
What did he say? Says, he has no content. Donald Trump was quoted as saying he has no connection to this campaign, but he likes what's happening over there.
At least we have Germany.
And then
we're going to attack somebody.
It says in a quote here, "Hi-yo!" I don't know who wrote that, but I like it. Hi-yo! On to the next joke. Hey, it's your turn to talk. How about that? Yay!
Yay! Hold on one
I don't know how to top that joke. I was good.
Motherfucking hot second right now.
Uh-oh.
JT Farva.
What was that?
I was cupping the mic.
That was my fart.
I'm cupping the mic.
I think.
Anyways, what I want to know from you, Mr. Farva. Did you prepare for something for this podcast?
I told one story, right?
Yeah, I told one, but what you got? What's up?
First of all, I have to tell you guys about this. I do, and I think this affects everybody in America. Hugh Hefner died.
Boo!
You guys can do me.
Boo to death.
The Hef. Listen. No longer will people go to their dad's nightstand and grab magazines.
When did that
to make their home? Oh, you totally did it!
No, I went to the attic where my dad kept his porno.
But I gotta be honest with you, Hugh Hefner did die, but so did my erection.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it. I'm very sad about it.
I feel bad about Hef. You know?
I'm sad I never saw it.
My headline was going to read, 91-year-old smut peddler dies. But I like yours better.
I know.
That's good.
I did lose my erection, but I'm hoping somebody will figure it out for me.
Maybe, hey.
Maybe it's you. Maybe it's John Paul Messiah.
Maybe we'll find it for you.
We'll figure it out.
We'll sort this thing out.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, in all honesty,
the Coca-Cola Classic, the best
Coca-Cola Classic
that you
is
could possibly
the best drink.
encounter yourself with. I mean, even if it just falls
we
in your mouth by
have
accident.
all the Coca-Cola Classic you can drink out of this bottle.
When you think of Coke, think Diet Coke.
Or regular Coke. It's all fucking the same shit. So
And then
whatever.
think, why
And,
would this be
really,
diet? It tastes the same, and then think again.
I know it tastes
Kidney
exactly.
stones.
Can we
just
just
like
Kidney stones.
regular
like it all comes out of the same bum's asshole, so I mean ultimately whatever Coke you're picking is gonna be the right one for your sticking. That's what I'm
Sometimes you just
saying.
make things up.
Pharma.
I gotta be honest with you, somebody help me find my erection.
Who's gonna find it tonight?
Third story, I'm gonna do a little Ray McGuff.
You're doing it wrong.
Oh, sorry. Can you help me?
Stop being
He sounds like a fucking Big Bopper.
Stop being mean to my friend Randy. It's not cool,
First of all,
man.
me and Randy are the only best friends we have.
We're best friends forever.
You guys are the best friends that I know that have.
Third story I have, Guy Fieri still doing stuff. Who the fuck knew that he can still do stuff? I'm just saying, like, that guy is just crazy hair and I'm gonna go to a dive or a drive-in. He's here tonight. I know, he's right here tonight. He's like, listen, they have the best bologna sandwich you've ever had in your life. I do like a nice one.
I like Guy
He's
Fieri's.
like, it's like, listen, you can grill it up or you can put it in a goddamn sandwich. That's it. We're gonna oven bake your sandwich, then we're gonna take it, we're gonna deep fry it in some chicken grease.
I like Guy Fieri. I like his recipes. Like his.
Hold on,
You motherfucker!
I know.
Hold on, it's like taking a bowl of chili. I think you just dump it on whatever's in front of you.
There's no
And put cheese on it. Put it in the microwave.
It's actually it's true. I can't even say anything because
These are like microwave
he's taking my
accidents.
words and turning them. He's Guy Fieri's still a guy. Like he's still Fieri. He's still making recipes out there.
Anyways, we should move on with our lives, ladies and gentlemen.
We should get a real. I just want to say one thing here. I've always wanted to be in a band, and these last few bands have been amazing. Can we get a round of applause?
Yeah, for people that have talent.
Morning Theft came in and they killed it. It was like.
I'm so high and so dry. I'm sailing in the sky. Just blow some gauge. I'm on a rampage, Jack. I'm mellow. I'm so high and so dry. I'm way up in the sky. The world seems light and I'm so right, Jack. I'm mellow. I'm gonna put my nickel in a slot machine and play my solid cinder. I'm gonna scratch, peck, tooth, cue, 'cause I'm on a bender. I'm so high and so dry. I'm sailing in the sky. I got my
No, you stupid motherfuckers. This is a ZTO TV podcast.